Now, in other news, it seems that North Korea continues to saber rattle. They took some time off, but once again, their leader now is saber rattling. And earlier today, they tested a nuclear. They conducted a nuclear test, and a large tremor was measured at 4.9. As a result, U.S. military officials are saying that North Korea is a threat and they have to be handled. We currently have many sanctions against North Korea. However, this is, military officials are condemning the actions, as well as China. And President Barack Obama, who has his State of the Union speech in just a couple of minutes, condemned the actions as well, the fact that they conducted a nuclear test. Now, North Korea is not a threat to the United States, but if they continue to saber rattle, they can involve South Korea, and things can get messy out there. So we obviously hope that this doesn't continue. But our U.S. military officials are going to use this to intervene in the matter, and possibly this could create a regional war if this continues in that neck of the woods. Now, in domestic news, in our Infowars.com website, an article by our very own Steve Watson. The headline reads, "Man sues TSA for $5 million following peanut butter arrest." According to the article, an Arizona man who was arrested at the behest of the TSA following a wisecrack over a jar of peanut butter is suing the federal agency for $5 million. Yay. Frank Hannibal, 50, was detained and dragged from LaGuardia Airport recently by police after a run-in with TSA agents over the jar of gourmet sandwich spread. The article says Hannibal commented when he was trying to go through a metal detector, and he was stopped because of the peanut butter. He commented to his wife and children, quote, "They're looking to confiscate my explosives." As a TSA agent was looking at the matter, and TSA screener Edwin Sanchez overheard Hannibal's remark. He did not see the funny side and immediately called the cops, and as a result, Mr. Sanchez had him arrested. Because, you're not allowed to make a wisecrack to TSA agents. As a result, Mr. Hannibal was sent to jail for 24 hours in a cell, and they actually fed him peanut butter sandwiches during that period. We wish him the best of luck with his $5 million lawsuit. It seems that you can't even make wisecracks to TSA agents anymore. They deem that a threat. And this happened at LaGuardia Airport, where I had my run-in with TSA agents as well during the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. You can see that run-in on PrisonPlanet.tv in the special reports section. And on the video, you'll see that a lady says that she went through the same scenario with her yogurt. She went through the metal detectors, and the TSA agents made her and her daughter throw it away because they said the yogurt could be dangerous. And she was obviously very frustrated as well. So that's what they do. An agency that costs $8 billion annually, they haven't caught one terrorist, yet they're hassling people over peanut butter. So we hope that Mr. Hannibal wins his lawsuit, because it will send a strong message to the TSA agents that if you mess around with the American public, we can sue you. So best of luck with his lawsuit. And in other news, more uplifting news, it seems that the state of North Dakota has signed a bill, at least in the Senate, that would make abortion illegal in their state. And if a crime is committed towards a pregnant woman and she loses the child as a result of it, there will be harsher criminal penalties as a result as well. Now, if this passes in North Dakota's House as expected, there will be a referendum held in 2014 where the public will be able to strike down pro-abortion laws. And they say that it's very likely it will happen. And the more important thing is North Dakota would be the first state in the union to do that. The bigger picture would be if they pass this law, that's a pro-life amendment, other states will follow, and quite possibly the Supreme Court might hear the issue again as well. Anton Scalia, Supreme Court Justice, says that if many states follow suit, it's very likely that the Supreme Court will hear the issue again, and maybe they will overturn Roe versus Wade. Over 70% of Americans do not want to see abortions in the third trimester. Over 50% of Americans are against abortions in the second and third trimester. And it's my opinion that if people actually saw an abortion taking place, pro-choice support would drop by 15% within 1 year, because people would see how barbaric it is. So we wish the state of North Dakota well. Once again, now the House is going to take up the issue, And if it passes in the House, an amendment, a referendum will be held in 2014 to strike down abortion in the state of North Dakota. Now, as I stated earlier, President Barack Obama is going to have his State of the Union speech, yippee, in just a couple minutes. So we're going to go to our daily quote, and it's by none other than Barack Obama. And it says this: all nations must come together to build a stronger global regime. I'll say that again. All nations must come together to build a stronger global regime. Obviously, Barack Obama, just like his predecessor George Bush, was a globalist, and they didn't have a strong love for the Constitution nor for our nation's sovereignty. Now, in just a minute, we're going to go to a commercial, but in just a minute, we're going to come back. I conducted an interview earlier with a pastor by the name of Stephen Broaden. He's the founder of the Constitutional Defenders of Texas, a very patriotic organization. He's going to talk a little bit about his organization as well as the current state of Black America. February is Black History Month, so stay tuned for that interview.
Visit Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. When you're on the site, you can also tune in 24 hours a day to my daily radio broadcast. There's also a free iPhone app to listen to the syndicated radio show when and where you want.